Hi everyone, welcome back to the Time Back Project, the place where we figure out how to get your time back, work smarter, and focus on what really moves the needle. Today, I want to share something I did that completely blew my mind, something so simple yet so revealing that it literally changed the way I structure my entire workday. I call it day decomposition. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh, another productivity hack, hear me out. This isn't about a fancy app or a new to-do list. This is about staring at your actual day, minute by minute, and realizing how much of it is wasted. A few months ago, I felt like my days were getting longer and my progress was getting smaller. I would finish a 10-hour workday exhausted, yet I couldn't point to a single thing that really moved my business forward. Emails, calls, meetings, the little admin stuff that seems harmless, it was slowly eating my brain. And one day, I decided to finally quantify it. I tracked every single thing I did, from the moment I opened my eyes to when I shut my laptop at night. I wrote it all down, every email, every chat message, every spreadsheet, every phone call. I logged the times. I didn't estimate. I didn't round. I counted minutes. The results were shocking. Out of a 10-hour workday, 3 hours were spent on emails and messaging. 1.5 hours were admin and logistics, figuring out where to fly, who to meet, what to prep. 2 hours were just searching for information, gathering data, or prepping reports. And only 2 to 3 hours were dedicated to actual strategic work, the stuff that truly moves my business forward. Think about that for a second. Most of my day, and the majority, was spent being my own secretary. I was booking meetings, sending reminders, replying to repetitive questions, and I thought I was working, but in reality, I was stuck in busy work hell. I remember one particular day vividly. I started at 8 a.m., full of energy, thinking, today I'm going to crush it. By 10:30, I had already answered 47 emails. By noon, I had spent another hour figuring out where I would need to be for meetings next week. By 2 p.m., I was compiling information for a report that someone else could have pulled in 15 minutes. And by 4 p.m., I felt like I had been hit by a train, mentally exhausted, physically drained. And the funny thing, I hadn't done a single strategic decision all day. It was a wake-up call. That night, I sat down with my list and stared at the numbers. I realized something very important. I was paying a high price for work that wasn't profitable, and worse, it was mentally exhausting. I had to ask myself a brutally honest question. Why am I doing all this stuff myself? The truth is, I had fallen into a common trap. We glorify busyness. We wear long hours like a badge of honor. We confuse motion with progress, and I was doing exactly that. So I decided to take drastic action. The first step was simple. I took the list and categorized everything I did. Red tasks, strategic decisions, creative planning, things only I could do. Yellow tasks, partially mine, but could be delegated with supervision. Green tasks, everything else. Then I did the hardest part. I handed off all the green tasks: flights, scheduling, template emails, content prep, data exports, report formatting, gone. Every single thing that didn't require my brain was now someone else's responsibility, and immediately I felt a shift. The next day, I opened my calendar, and for the first time in months, I felt calm. I had space, mental space, the room to think, to plan, to create. I wasn't digging through endless emails. I wasn't hunting for information. I wasn't distracted by the 47 things that had to get done yesterday. I was focused, strategic, creative, present. And let me tell you, those 2 to 3 hours of high-value work, they became magical. I could make decisions faster, generate ideas more freely, and actually enjoy what I was doing. Here's something important I want you to understand. Delegation isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing what matters most. It's about recognizing the difference between busy and productive. It's about protecting your brain's most valuable resource, attention. Because attention is finite, focus is finite, and energy even more finite. I realized that by trying to do everything myself, I was trading high-value hours for low-value tasks, and that trade was never profitable. Let me give you an example of what this looks like in practice. Before decomposition, 9 a.m. check emails, 10 a.m. prep reports, 11:30 a.m. respond to messages, 12 p.m. logistics planning, 1:30 p.m. lunch, 2 p.m. data search, 4 p.m. creative thinking/strategy, 6 p.m. exhausted wrap up. After decomposition and delegation, 9 a.m. strategic planning, 10:30 a.m. meetings that require my input, 11:30 a.m. content creation, decision making, 1 p.m. lunch, 2 p.m. deep work, innovation, 4 p.m. follow-ups only if necessary, 4:30 p.m. clear desk, clear mind. See the difference? The total hours didn't change much, but the value did. I went from being reactive to proactive, from exhausted to energized, from trapped to free. I also noticed a subtle but profound shift. My thinking became deeper. Because I wasn't distracted by tiny details, my brain could zoom out and see the bigger picture. I started spotting opportunities I had missed before. I started making decisions faster, more confidently. I started enjoying my work again. And here's the kicker: the business started running more smoothly too. When I wasn't buried in every small task, my team started taking initiative. People rose to the occasion. Processes improved. Delegation created a self sustaining system. Of course, this didn't happen overnight. There were mistakes. Sometimes things came back wrong. Sometimes the assistant needed clarification. And yes, sometimes I thought it would have been faster if I'd just done it myself. But each time it was a learning opportunity. We refined the process, built templates, created checklists. And over time, the green tasks stopped requiring my attention entirely. It was liberation through structure. Here's what I want you to take away from this. 1. Track your day honestly. Don't estimate. Don't round. Write down every minute. You'll be shocked how much of your day is taken by low-value tasks. 2. Categorize everything. Red, only you can do it. Yellow, partly you. Green, delegate immediately. 3. Protect your high-value hours, those 2 to 3 hours of focused, strategic work. Guard them like gold. Don't let busy work steal them. 4. Iterate and improve. Delegation isn't perfect at first, but every misstep strengthens your system. 5. Enjoy your work again, because when your day is decomposed correctly, focus becomes a superpower. I also want to add a personal note. Before doing this experiment, I didn't realize how exhausted I was on a mental level. I thought I was productive because I was always moving. But in reality, I was burning my energy on tasks that didn't matter, while the work that truly mattered got squeezed into tiny, tired pockets of time. Day decomposition changed that. It taught me that time is your most valuable resource, and that protecting it is not selfish, it's smart, because if you waste your brain power on low-value tasks, your business suffers, your creativity suffers, and ultimately, you suffer. Now, I challenge you to try it yourself. Take one day, or even half a day, and log every minute. Be ruthless. Then categorize and delegate. I promise, you'll be surprised. And that small change can ripple through your work, your energy, and your results in ways you never expected. Before I go, one last thought. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. And that usually means letting go of a lot of things you think you have to do yourself. So start small, track your day, find your green tasks, delegate them, protect your red, and notice the shift in your work, in your mindset, in your life. If this resonated with you, if you want more practical ways to reclaim your time, focus on high-value work, and finally stop being your own secretary, subscribe to the Time Back Project. We explore these ideas every week because the smartest work isn't the work you do, it's the work you choose to do. Thanks for watching, and remember, your time is your most valuable currency. Don't let busy work steal it.